Hi, thanks for joining me again today. Do you want to hear about 5 surprising truths about living in Boulder, Colorado? Well, if so, you're at the right place. Boulder is known for its outdoor lifestyle, but today we're going to talk about lesser known facts that only the locals may be aware of. In this list, we'll dive into 5 fascinating truths about Boulder that go beyond the surface, so you get a glimpse into the city's inside workings. Now, if you haven't listened to my videos, my name is Michelle, and I do these videos because I enjoy sharing my knowledge about Boulder. I am also a real estate agent and would like to help with any real estate needs you might have. So reach out if you have any questions, but let's get started. So, for animal lovers, you'll like my first truth. The Humane Society in Boulder is a no-kill shelter. It puts an importance on saving the lives of all the healthy, treatable, and adoptable animals. Their goal is really to reduce euthanasia rates through getting the animals fostered, then adopted. They also have services like adoption, spay and neuter surgeries, behavioral training, and veterinary care. Now, don't get me wrong, they will euthanize dangerous dogs that are not suitable for adoption, but they do everything they can to train these dogs and fix their issues before considering euthanasia. Now, from what I've noticed, the adoption rate is very high. I think it's about 90%, so that's very impressive. And dogs generally aren't listed for very long. I've adopted 3 cats from the Humane Society, and I felt that the animals really got great care before they came home with me. So, moving on to my number 2 truth about Boulder. We've got mountain lions that come down from the mountains at dawn and dusk. I used to live in South Boulder, near the mountains, and I know some people that have seen mountain lions in the neighborhood. Also near Chautauqua, which is kind of downtown, close to downtown, but definitely next to the mountains. And that's another place where they have been seen. And I'm sure there are other places in Boulder. Now, they come down mainly to search for prey when their natural food sources like deer are scarce. They'll come down where they can get prey. So it's very well known to keep your cats indoors if you live near the mountains. Now, I know several people that have lost their cats, which is heartbreaking when it happens. And of course, there are bears also that are seen, but mountain lions is the more unusual one to see. Now, this next one is a little unknown piece of knowledge. Boulder has a bat cave. It's called Malerie Cave Trail, and you can get to it by the Mesa Trail and NCAR Trail Junction. So that's to the southwest of Boulder, which part of it is only open from October through March. Now, this bat cave habitat houses rare Townsend big-eared bats. They're really not pretty looking bats. Now, the cave itself is closed year-round to protect the bats, but you can climb near the cave entrance. So, hikers that like a good workout, the trail is on the steeper side. So, prepare for a workout. Now, one of the benefits once you get up there is that going that high, you get to look down and the views are beautiful. You see Boulder, and you can also see some of the neighboring towns. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. My number 4 truth about Boulder is that the University of Colorado in Boulder has produced 5 Nobel Laureates. 4 in physics with 1 in chemistry. And I don't know if you heard these names or not: Tom Cech, Carl Wieman, Eric Cornell, John Hall, and David Wineland. Now, in general, Boulder has a highly educated population, and over 70% of the residents have a bachelor's degree or higher, making it one of the most educated cities in the United States. So if that's important to you, you might take note of that. Now, moving on to my last truth. Boulder is quite warm during the winter. People think that we are freezing and buried in snow, like you see at the ski resorts. Not true. Boulder is at the right elevation, So we get the best of both worlds in terms of having low levels of snow, unlike the amount of snow you'll find at the mountain ski resorts. We've got a pretty mild, dry climate, and the sun shines much of the time. The average temperature in January is, I'd say, about 47 degrees. And when it snows lightly, I've got to say it's quite pretty to see the mountains called Flatirons when they have just this little dusting. So it kind of looks like powdered sugar, and it's really beautiful to see. It's interesting because the closer you live to the mountains, the more snow you're going to get. Now, it's particularly interesting because I live there and I've noticed this myself. And so the closer to the mountains, you're going to get more snow in general, and the further from the mountains, you're going to get less snow. So it's quite interesting. After a snowfall, you're driving from your place and you're driving east, and you totally can see some neighborhoods have no snow, whereas you might have 6 inches. So it's just an interesting thing to keep in the back of your mind. Now, I do want to make it clear that we do get snow throughout all of Boulder, but it's certainly not what people expect. So it sticks on the ground for a few weeks every winter, but in general, it'll melt within a few days. In my mind, this is a well-kept secret. So if you want nice weather, Boulder is great. I hope you learned something about Boulder. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I am a licensed real estate agent and would love to be a resource for you. If you enjoyed my video, please give me a thumbs up, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Bye for now.